As I've walked around the streets of Christchurch, I've heard the phrase kia kaha, be strong, being used by people to comfort and strengthen each other. But in the next few months, as the full impact of the earthquake's devastation is realised, it will be up to the rest of New Zealand to continue to keep the people of Christchurch strong. Kia kaha, Christchurch.
Ahakoa te kaha o ngā rōpū whawhati tata ki te āwhina i ngā mārurenga i te mutungi iho i riro mā ngā whānaua nō rātou e tiaki.
We're in Littleton, the epicentre of Canterbury's devastating earthquake. Hit hard, there's major damage everywhere. 2 people were killed in the hills behind me. We're going to talk to locals and find out how they're dealing with the earthquake's aftermath.
Devastation, really.
What was the feeling when you were in that very tall building?
Very freaky, very freaky. It's a well-built building, man. That thing was swaying maybe 1.5 metres, you know. It was really heaving. Littleton as it was won't be anymore. That's for real.
We're going to get the teams together first and then we'll push you out. Cool.
Okay, good as gold.
When Christchurch City collapsed, many of Littleton's 3,000 residents were stuck there. Most hiked 13 kilometres from the city and climbed the steep bridle path to get home.
People from the cruise ship walking back over as well to try and meet up with the cruise ship, but most of them were locals trying to get home to their kids and their family. Oh, I see buildings and that broken, but I don't see the people broken. And I think that's what makes the community.
In Rapaki, a small settlement west of Littleton, boulders destroyed homes.
Come on then. Okay. Welcome to my beautiful trashed home.
The reason why you're at the wharenui.
Marae,
Yeah.
What you see here in the lounge and in the kitchen.
So it just happened and you
Yes.
just left?
We all just left and went to the marae. All our tupuna were looking after us last night. We all stayed in here. We got babies, Irishmen, Scotchmen, everybody from Rapaki. We were all absolutely shocked to pieces. We were all good at cover-ups, and the only way I can cover it up is work. But I know we're all suffering with shock. We won't go home and touch our houses because we're all too frightened to go home.
While we were there, police warned residents to leave their homes on the western side of the settlement, or they would all be forced to leave Rapaki. Christchurch's eastern suburbs were hit hard. Cars sucked into roads, mud and sewerage, a dangerous mix coating everything. In Aranui, one of the poorer parts of the city, they're feeling forgotten.
Got nothing for us here in Aranui to use the toilets, which is not good, because everybody needs to go to the toilet. We've got no power, got no water.
Water's gold now, bro.
Got no phone, so we're relying on the payphone.
Most were phoning social services for help.
Just trying to get on to getting some cash so we can get out of here and get to somewhere safe. For us beneficiaries, I think we should get more, definitely. For me, unfortunately, my rent came out, which I was pretty angry about because I can't live at my house anyway, so I was cut short of heaps of money. We want out of here. I want to get my kids safe, get us back to normality, kind of, or try, and then hopefully come back when it's settled.
Good Samaritans were doing the work of authorities when we talked to residents.
I heard a plea from a mother last night saying that they were in the thick of it and the kids were hungry. So we haven't got water and stuff, but I said to Paul today, I just want to get some sausages and juice.
Thank you.
And then my mother got evacuated from a rest home and they pitched in and gave the fruit that they had left, and I thought, yeah, we'll make it here anyway.
I just wish that people would flood and help the east side a lot more. You know, I don't know. Might be all about socio-economics, low-income earners, housing problems, all those issues are the issues that John Key's brought up. Well, hey, Okay, John. Whatever, we just need a couple of toilets.
So we took Joanne's wish and headed to Cowes Stadium Welfare Centre a few blocks away to ask Prime Minister John Key why there wasn't much help for the east side.
The number one focus has clearly been search and rescue, but obviously we need to provide support for people. It's really critical we get sewage and water and power back operational. Jerry's working on that at 100 miles an hour, as are all of the relevant sort of organisations that can help us. But we are going to have to ask people to have as much patience as they can. Hopefully we're providing them as much support as we can in terms of food and these sorts of centres, but look, obviously we need to try and get a more permanent solution for them, but that's going to take a little bit longer. Nice to meet you.
We weren't allowed inside the stadium, but we got one shot before our camera was thrown out. Inside, hundreds needed help looking for petrol vouchers, food and shelter. The stadium was later closed down because of health concerns. We found one family living in the open on the side of the road near Cowes Stadium and closed up ngā haue whā marae.
My house is damaged because we have to live here I'm looking for safety, my family. That's why we're here. Yeah.
Tahu FM DJ Ron Dallas says there's growing frustration over the lack of help.
Eastside and Christchurch has always pretty much helped itself, you know, regardless. And they'll do the same here. They'll band together, they'll do what they have to do, and they'll get on with what they have to do. They'll get on with it, and it is frustrating that, you know, they haven't been given the amount of help that they have, but I know that resources are stretched.
But there is hope in the hood. 5 families are camping together in the backyard because it's safer than being inside or alone.
Everyone's pretty scared and freaked out at the moment. Yeah, we're just hung in there together. I've met neighbours I've never ever met before, and you know, we're all helping each other out, going around cleaning up houses and the stuff off the roads. And you know, the street's pretty bad. Everyone got together, pulled out a shovel each and started going for it. Everyone's been located jobs, you know. Everyone's been doing like water runs to kai, to everything really, just to keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, we've got our necessities, like we mightn't be rich, but you know, yeah, that was a bit of a shake, but yeah. I mean, like, we feel safe with our family around.
The constant aftershocks concern the families, but so does the thought of their community being left broken.
Yeah, we're concerned about it, but coming from Aranui, you just sort of like a lot of people, oh, it's a bad area. If anything, a lot of people judge us just because it's Aranui, and I mean, at the end of the day, man, we're just normal people and we're just living, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Although the east side's struggling, there's still enough community spirit to help heal its damaged soul.
Man, we got food, we got our shelter, and we got our family, so that's all we need.
He rite anō ngā whakaaro o te whānau tauiki ki te tini me te mano e noho nei kei Aranui, kua hōhārawa rātau. I tērā wiki I tūpono atu mātau i a rātau, e noho a tēniti ana ki muri I tō rātau whare. I taua wā e mauri tau ana rātau.
Everyone's pretty scared and freaked out at the moment. Yeah, we're just hung in there together. I've met neighbours I've never ever met before, and you know, we're all helping each other out, going around cleaning up houses.
Ka re kore kua ūkaha tonu rāua, moa rāua tamariki hāpori hoki.
So we're trying to be less stressful within ourselves, because as we know, you know, our tamariki feel the stress as well. So if we're less stressed, hopefully it rubs off on our children and they'll be less stressed as well. A couple of nights ago we had a whanangatanga evening, so we played charades. We've got board games, so we went back to the old school board games, obviously because we had no power, so the kids couldn't play their PSP or the Xbox or whatever. So we had Some really, really fun times.
Kua kotahi wiki rātou e noho kore hiko ana, kore wai, me te kore wharepaku hoki. Kua warea e te mā harahara, nā ka whakaemi rātou ki te hūnuku.
My husband and I have decided that our children need to get away from Christchurch. They need to get away from this area just so that they can kind of clear their head and process it themselves as well. So we're sending them up to set in with their nan.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. We'll go have a shower.
Kua kino tēnau o te mamai ki ngā whānau, I pā kino hia e ngā whakatumatuma o te rū whenua. E whakatūpato ana ngā kaitau tāwhi, ahakoa e kite ana ngā whare kokona kua tūrakihia, ko te kokona nāka o te tanata e kore e kitea.
Everybody's trying to be strong for everybody else, you know, and I suppose if you've got those main ones in the whare who are sort of suppressing, at some point that's going to blow. And so at the moment everybody's on autopilot.
Hei tā Dawn, ka rereke te āhua o tēnā. Ko ētahi tāngata ka noho puku, ko ētahi noho taumaha. Engari ko te whakaaro nui, kei huri ētahi ki te patu, ia rātau anō.
Like even if the Crusaders lost, they'd see a peak in domestic violence within Christchurch, within Canterbury. So I suppose earthquake compared to a rugby match, it's going to be 10 times as worse. How do we support the police to go in there?
Kua purere ngā mōrehu o tautahi ki ngā tōpito o te motu, ki te rapu orana hau mō rātou, mea rātou tamariki.
I think a routine would help them, you know, get them up in the morning, let them know that everything's going to be okay for the day, keep them occupied.
Ahakoa kua pōhiritia ngā mōrehu nei e o rātou whānau putano i te motu, e whakatūpato ana ngā kaitau tāwhi ki te hunakai tiaki, ki ngā āhua ka hore anō kia pupu mai.
I think the critical things for whānau who are supporting other whānau is, one, turn your TV off so that there's not that constant news around the Christchurch earthquake. It just allows people to still be in that particular situation. Establish routines quickly with them. I think that's really important. And establish routines for yourself quite quickly. So, you know, people are getting into the swing of living together. And one of the key concerns is around domestic violence. So, you know, whānau violence is not okay. And it's been triggered by the earthquake and everything that's come with that. So if you're in that situation, you know, take some deep breaths. So try and manage your emotions, try and manage what you're feeling, or say, you know, I've got to step outside, go have a drink of water, have a coffee, have a cigarette, whatever is going to remove you from that potentially quite volatile situation. And then there's also those services, you know, the Recovery Centre, 0800 Relate, gives you a phone line counselling. For us who are living out in communities, just being sure to understand that behaviour is around what they've experienced.
Hoi anō, ko tahi tau I muri iho, kātahi tonu nei ngā mahi whakatū anō ia o tautahi ka tīmata noa. Engari ko ngā maharatanga, kua whakairohia kētia ki ngā ngākau o tēnā whānau, ara e kore rawa e wareware I a rātou. Nō reira, hei te rānei ka mihi a rānotia ngā tai kāka me ngā taikura o tautahi, kua ora nei I te mate, kua tū kotahi nei ki te takahi I te ara ki mua. E te iwi nui tonu tēnā koutou katoa I mātakitaki mai nei, I ngā ngeto ko wakahuia